Mm, mm. Why is it Venus? No problem, Didi. I understand. Now that it's just you and I, so we just left the workshop of Temi, and yeah, you people can hear. We just left the workshop of YouTube. I didn't get chosen. I know it was just a pipe dream thinking I'll get chosen for the Creators Challenge thing. I didn't get chosen. But no, it's fine. You can just listen. We're not starting anything until more people come in. I didn't get chosen, but the good thing about it is that I saw the three they highlighted and some other creators they highlighted. I can tell. I think I took myself too seriously. If I want to say, put it like that, I took myself too seriously. I think there's another challenge, and this time around, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We keep pushing, keep pushing. Uh, what has been happening? Have I missed anything in Bangtan World since it's just us here? Please, Sam, because I haven't been online for like 2 hours plus. I've been into a workshop. Have I missed anything? What is there to even miss? The people have not even here. Sure, God. Have I missed anything? Is the determination this time around for me? Nah. I don't even know why I feel like I would be chosen, but one of the person that was chosen was in lifestyle as well than the one girl like that, and I've already gone to follow her YouTube. She does vlogs as well. I'm going to be watching her vlogs to see what's up. Also, who just joined? Let me know if I can continue talking as if it's also I have to be official. Who just joined? Someone just joined. If you just joined, please let us know. Just type something in the comment section. I don't know if you saw this viral video of this girl that said she had an allergy and her face was really, really, trying to go out of her this thing. She couldn't, and and she had to go to the hospital. She was one of the presenters today, talking to us. Today's this thing was very good. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but this thing is not easy. I, it's not easy today. It's not easy. I cannot. You cannot half-ass it. You cannot half-ass it. It's not easy. It's not easy. Today opened my eyes to a different. It is not easy. I need a day to recover from what I heard today and figure out how I want to implement it. You must have seen it. Like the girl had an allergy. Her face was so swollen. She said she didn't even eat anything. Apparently, she just touched something, and she was trying to come out of her. This is the girl I'm explaining. She was trying to come out of her building because her face was so swollen. Her building was not recognizing her face. She went to the hospital, and they started treating her. And she was saying on this thing that she almost laid down and slept, so she thought it was nothing. But they were like, no, look at how you look. I think the video went viral. I'm sure it's. I'm sure you saw it. I'm so sure you saw it. It went really, really viral. But then again, it's not. Yeah, it went really viral. Mm. She was one of the presenters today. Is basically why I was talking about it. Someone else just joined, and the person is not saying anything. Hold on, let me go to WhatsApp a bit. I live in a cave. It's the best cave to live in if you must live in a cave. So I will be back. Hello. Oh, yeah. bring back my mic. Oh, my mic should be back up. Is my mic back up? I saw it was, I lost connection. Is it back up? Should I even go and send reminders? Whatever the case may be, we'll still go ahead. Yes, it's back. Okay, cool. All right. I know that Didi is at a workshop. Benny is on her way home, so she's not speaking. But there is a fourth person in the live that is not saying anything. Please, can you say something in the comments? Let me know that you're here. The fourth person, can you say something in the comments? Also, also, tell me, when do you think I should start? This is 1901. Maybe 1905, 1910, to give people time. Anyway, the live it was slated for 1905 officially. You guys are just early. So, okay. Officially, it was 1905. So that means 4 minutes. 1905, yes. First, okay. All right, cool. Oh, Omo. If you need to, we can extend it to 1910. All right. Okay, no problem. I have technically nowhere to be for now. So, the challenge for this week is to use everything we learned in the workshop to create another short. And we learned a lot. Ah, yes, I think I was munching with this one. I can't even remember. We learned a lot. We're supposed to use that to create something. But tell me, what did I miss in Bangtan Wall now? What has happened between this afternoon, evening? I wasn't online. What did I miss? Okay, I just have videos here. Most of the screenshots were on the other phone. Okay, just before our topic today, we know what the topic today is. Just before I got on my workshop, I saw, if you've not seen it, I saw someone post something, the Instablog post something. We're going to talk about that as well. One woman saying, crying. I didn't watch the video. I only munched what she was saying. They said, oh yeah, a new trailer for a book. I saw that 50 seconds video. I didn't munch I only munched what she was saying. She said, I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism. 38-year-old single lady says that she reveals she is scared of ending up alone and childless. So that's one of the things we are going to also talk about. Like, I'm going to use that. We're going to talk. We're going to just interact. Just putting that out there so that now. And what else? It's not a book. I think they released the trailer for the trailer for a photo documentary. Yes, I can't. This topic, yeah, this topic is so, to me personally, I think it's so simple, but because of the way we have presented it, documentary book, yeah, but because of the way we have presented it, we've made it to be this big thing. I hope at the end of this live, we are able to break it down. We are able to take something back at the end of this life, and it's not just me giving anybody anything back. Us collectively coming to some sort of, you know. I'm going to take 1 minute now. I want to check someone on WhatsApp, just a minute, and see. Getting ready, getting ready. WhatsApp. My mic goes off. I think it's back up. We have some more people in the live now. Thank you for being on time. Please say something in the comments so I'm sure you're hearing me. And let us know, do you think we should wait for people? Do you think we should start officially at 1910? I do not like African time at all. Officially at 1910. Should we start? Please say something in the comments if you just joined, and thank you very much for joining. Also, you check the comments. I think pinned up above there for everybody now, there should be a form. Please, can you fill that for me? It's sort of something to help us keep track. Please take a little bit of time and fill the form. Oh, come on, people. We cannot be late today. We got places to go. We got places to be. Okay. More settings. Recording new. Audio, camera, general, story general. Definition. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's go back. Let's close that up, and I'm back here. I cannot wait to start this topic, but I would love to start at least with worst case scenario 5, 6, 7 people, 8 people, 9 people, 10 people. Saw people on WhatsApp saying they're getting ready to come, but it's time and they're not here. I am ready to okay, for the people that are here, let's do something while we wait for people that are coming. In the comments, quickly type, without going to Google, without going to anywhere, quickly type, what does feminism mean to you? Without Google, in the best, simplest way you understand it. What does it mean to you? Like, what do you understand as the definition of feminism to you? Hello, Imeneke, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So quickly type in the comment section before we start officially, while we're still waiting for people. What, without going to Google, without going to anywhere, how do you understand feminism? What do you understand it to mean? Shucks, I should be making a video for my vlog. I forgot that. My God, Matt's food is all come. I'm making another video in Slim. So quickly type that in the comment section now. What do you understand by feminism? While we wait for just a couple more people to comment. And that thing I'm asking you to type, please do not go to Google. Please, what do you, like, seated right now here? Okay? Right now, seated here, what do you understand as feminism? And then by 1907, I'm going to start, because if we're small, that's fine. That means we can even interact better. That's okay. It's not a problem with that. Yeah. So please quickly type that. We have 2 minutes before we start. And also check there is a form. Please help me and fill that form. Thank you. So Temi Olua says, feminism to me is a call for fairness. That's a good one. I'm waiting for another person's understanding of feminism. A call for fairness. I'm here. I think we should start soon. Yeah, I'm starting in 1 minute. Welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm starting in a minute. Right now, I'm just asking everybody that is here. All of a sudden, we're only 3. I'm asking everybody that is here, type down what you mean. What do you understand as feminism? And in the next minute, I am going to start. There is no point to wait as I sit down here. So I just came out from a workshop. Hi, I'm tired. Hi, I'm serious. Do I look as tired as I feel? I think my eyes do. Other than that. All right, it is 19:10, so we are going to start. We are going to start. Okay. First off, I would like to thank. Why are we living? Why are people? We're starting and there's only two people. Okay, feminism is not about dragging agenda or feeding negativity. It's about, but it's about calling attention to past narratives that have made females to be regarded as tools and not humans. Awesome. I like that. I like that. We're going to talk about that as well. All right, we are four people here. We are about to start. And the first thing, while I am starting, write down in the comment section, thank you. What do you understand by feminism? This is without going to Google, without going anywhere, like seated right where you are. What exactly do you think it means? And we are ready to go. Every other person who joins after now will just have to pick up from where we so feminism to me is both genders having an equal right. Okay, all right. So the first thing I want to say, I want to preface this live by saying, number one, this is an interactive live. I do not claim to know everything there is to know about this subject. So we are going to interact. We are going to talk. Familiarize yourself with this comments box because I am looking at it because we are going to talk to each other. We are going to come to a collective understanding, either a change or something cemented. Like we're going to come to the conclusion of this together. We're going to do it together. That's the first thing. The second thing is this is not going to be politically correct. What we're about to do not come looking at it. This is not what means something to A does not mean the same thing to B. So this is not going to be politically correct. I'm just going to say it in the way it is, as I understand it, in the clearest, simplest terms, from what I have observed, my point of view. I do not have all the answers. That is very important to know. Monique says feminism to me means fighting gender equality. We're going to go back to all these definitions everybody has said. So keep them coming in. If you have not dropped yours, please drop it. And thank you, Monique, for joining. So now I said I do not have all the answers. In fact, I am here, sitting here. I expect that someone will say here today will change my mind about some aspect of it. So I do not have all the answers. Again, interactive live. Jessica, Chine, you're welcome. What is that? I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, so all right. Very simple. We're going to start with the actual definition. I'm going to start with the actual definition, and then I'm going to pick some of these definitions that we have defined here, and I'm going to also talk about what I have observed about feminism in Nigeria. As we go on, as I'm speaking, if you hear something you want to add to it, please use your comments. We will always come back to it. So now, if I want to go, let me drink water. I'm thirsty. All right, if I want to go to the dictionary definition of feminism, it says it is the advocacy of women's rights on the ground of the equality of the sexes. The advocacy of women's rights on the ground of the equality of sexes. First of all, there is that alone tells you the equality of the sexes. It doesn't mean elevating one above the other. So Temi had said, feminism to me is a call for fairness. And I think in very simple terms, that is what it's about. Feminism came about by the fact that in the past, women were not being treated right. So it wasn't a thing of, it was more of a thing of let's even step it up to where the other sex is. It wasn't a thing of let's elevate it, or let's even make it equal. So you saying it's a call for fairness, I think that's a very clear way to say it. Feminism, he also said, feminism is not about dragging agenda or feeding negativity. It is about calling attention to past narratives that have made females to be regarded as tools and not as humans. So yes, feminism to me means fighting for gender equality, equity, same thing. All right. Feminism is like a team that wants everyone, boys and girls, to be treated the same and have the same chances to do what they like, to be treated treated differently just because they're a boy or girl. That perfection, as simple as that. It just wants, let there be an even playing field for everyone. That's just it. And I think that is where most people miss the mark, because we're going to get into the whole narrative of, is it man hating? Is it? We're going to get to that. But where at the core of it, I always tell people, when people come up and they say, you're feminist, and they look at you, so you won't respect your husband. I'm like, feminism, when I talk on, you hear me say something. Feminism to me has nothing to do with respecting my husband. If I disrespect my husband, trust me, it's not because feminism says I should disrespect my husband. If I don't, the one that I roll my eyes the most at, cook for my husband, it's just because I do not like kitchen, I do not like cooking, or I feel that, I shouldn't cook or something. It has absolutely nothing to do with feminism. Feminism seeks to do things like, let me bring it down to Nigeria. Why is it that when a policewoman gets pregnant, she has to have a written note from, her husband to why is that so? Why is it that in some parts of Nigeria the boys are being sent to school more than the women, the girl children? That it has nothing to do with whether you cook or not, or whether you bow down to whoever and called my lord or not. It has nothing to do with it. And I think that at the very core of it, that's where we've gotten it wrong. And there's a part of me, equality for me, especially in the workforce. Exactly. When we go to places like abroad, we hear things like women get paid. Let me say, the numbers are not correct, but the same job a woman and a man are doing it. A man can be paid $1.70 for the hour, and the woman is paid 90 cents, but they're doing the same thing. So, are we doing the thing? Are we working with our reproductive systems? There's a part of me that really wants to read out everything I had here. Not really read out, talk about it, and we'll break it down as we go. So I'm going to start with that. When Beyonce sampled an excerpt from Chimamanda's "We Should All Be Feminist" TED Talk, it was a very powerful moment. But you and I here know that Chimamanda, as a feminist on Nigerian Twitter, they do not like her. Am I right or am I right? Chimamanda is the kind of a feminist that Nigerians, a certain faction, seems to not like because of some of the things she does. So, let me explain. We all know what Beyonce sampled. I'm not going to say it, but if I may read through it, we teach girls to shrink themselves, to make them smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful. Otherwise, you will threaten the man. Because I am female, I am expected to aspire to marriage. I'm expected to make my life choices, always keeping in mind that marriage is the most important. Now, marriage can be a source of joy and love and mutual support. But why do we teach to aspire to marriage and we do not teach boys the same? We raise girls to each other to see each other as competitors, not for jobs or for other accomplishments, which I think can be a good thing, but for the attention of men. We teach girls that they cannot be sexual beings in the way that boys are. Feminist, the person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. Everything you are telling the boy that he can do, he can be. Can you tell the girl the same thing? If you're teaching the girl that marriage is the ultimate, at the end of the day, Shebi is a boy that he'll marry. Why can't marriage be the ultimate to him as well? All right. I said here there's a definition of feminism, which I believe we have covered, the actual definition. And then there is the Nigerian definition of feminism, especially on Twitter. Nigerian men, not all, but some, believe that feminism is a ploy to bring down the man, to talk down the men, to no longer respect your, or cook for him agenda. There are even men in the developed part of the world who think this as well, but I think it's worse in Africa, and Nigeria is sitting right on top of that. Certain things are still very, very overvalued. The fact that you were the woman in the house, is very, very overvalued. And I understand that it's tradition, it's okay. However, sometimes, a very small number of the time, that men, I'm going to say something here that may not be politically correct. Like I said, this is not going to be politically correct. Uduak, welcome. I believe that's my sister. Welcome. However, there's a small number of this time, a small number. These men, these particular men who believe that feminism is about their ego, like Temi has said, they might have been exposed, and as much as I would hate to say this, they might have been exposed to what we call the beta feminists or a confused feminist, I would call it. I hate to say this of my fellow women, but I will acknowledge that some Nigerian women make it hard to talk about feminism or declare you are one. I hate it to say it, but it is the truth. Some women have made feminism seem it is their banner to do the most and be the most and be the rudest person ever. It doesn't even matter to either it's a man or a woman. They are just the rudest being ever. Why? Feminism means I'm in control and I am, Let me go ahead. As I go ahead, I think what I'm saying will be clearer. They always seem to be this group of women that make it to seem like it's a man-hating thing. There are those group. I understand not liking a man. I don't like men particularly. I can understand some men. But when you encompass every man into that man that did something, and you make it seem as your own brand of feminism is that if I lived in a planet where there were only women, then everything would be perfect. Then we have a problem, because that is not what this is supposed to be about. Again, if we follow the dictionary definition, their talk always seems to be anti-men. Listen to what I said here. The confused one will say today, in quote, I am an independent woman, I pay my way, no man is getting things for me, and so on. Tomorrow they will say, I cannot go on a date that a man doesn't pay. Let me quickly explain what I feel is right or wrong in the above statements. First, I get saying that you are independent and you pay your way. That's a nice thing to say. In Nigeria, some people have the notion that most girls are paid for men and they are paid for by men and they just sit and collect. So I understand, I really do understand when exactly, we will get to the misandrists there, we will get to them, because I wrote here on my book, there is a thin line between misandry and feminism. They are not the same. People have confused misandrists into feminists. People have also said that if there was no misogyny, there would be no misandries. But again, we are not even talking about that. The two things are not the same. A woman who is walking around doing independence and I'm hating man because of maybe a man or men did something to them, and then is sticking up, so-called sticking up for women and trying to do, I'm fighting women rights, I'm a feminist, but actually at the core of it, they are misandries, is not the same. But they are the ones who have given the feminist thing the bad rap. They have given the feminist thing the bad rap, and unfortunately, that is what has happened. Okay, like I was saying, so I understand when a girl feels the need to state that and make it clear that they're not being paid their way, no man is paying their way. But where there is a disconnect, I believe, is where you openly call yourself a feminist, especially one spouting the anti-men talk, like the rhetoric I gave above, you sound confused. You don't really like men. And you keep saying that you don't really like men. They are always the loudest ones. They cannot keep quiet. They just cannot keep quiet. You sound confused when you say you hate men. And then the next time you're saying you cannot go on a date with a man who does not pay. Which is it? You have to decide. Which is it? Let me go on. The second statement will make everything clearer. The second statement about paying for this date. Now, I am a feminist, personally, me now, but I like a man paying a date for me because, like I said, equality of the sexes has nothing to who comes money for pockets. It's not what social justice am I fighting for when I'm fighting for who is going to pay for a date? Who does that impact except the date goers? Is it a bill that they will pass to some place and say they should make sure that so percentage of girl children are in school? It has absolutely nothing to do with feminism in the grand scheme of things. So why will I be fighting for that? So the second statement about paying for dates, I'm a feminist, but I still like paying for a man paying for me. But this is a very big but. If I have the money, I won't hesitate to pay. If I were on a date or if I go out with male, I've gone out with male friends where I pay. Because probably I set up them going out or something like that. It has nothing to do with feminism to me. I also understand that Nigeria is still a man has to take care of me or boss type mentality. Again, nothing wrong with that. But what most people, especially the ones that want to hate on feminism, don't get is that even the women saying this are grinding, getting their money and getting themselves things. Two accounts like that on Twitter. Okay, there's a lot of I said here, there's a lot of context that gets lost in a 2080 character tweet. That's on Twitter. You cannot effectively say everything. I am a feminist, but I like a man paying my way, but I also get myself things, but I also do not. You cannot completely say it. I'm going to take, there's an example of somebody I wanted to use here, but I think, okay, let me still use her. Let's take Toke, for example, even though she's not the best right now. If you follow her, you know she likes to be spoiled by a man. But at some point, I think in 2020, she had said she was a feminist, and she doesn't spout the rhetoric, the anti-men rhetoric. She still, doesn't hate men. That's not her rhetoric. She only hates patriarchy based off of what she said in 2020. I don't know what she's saying now. She only hates patriarchy and speaks against male privileges. However, that does not mean she hates that gender. I made here a side note. The fact that a woman even has to make it clear that her feminism does not mean hating men is how you know we have gotten it completely wrong in this country. The fact that I even have to say I'm a feminist, but I do not hate men, is not even the topic. Once again, men, let me not even go there. Now, I'm not saying that Tokema Kingwa is the one to emulate in your feminism. Or no, when it comes to this thing, you will have to know it and do it for yourself. I'm simply saying, I don't know enough of our values to, say that. I'm just simply trying to point her out as an example of a woman who likes a man paying, but still getting her own, if that makes sense. After a while of hearing very twisted narratives, I had to personally say, okay, what exactly does feminism mean to me? Like, what does it mean to me? Why did I decide that, this is something that I wanted to say? Like I said, okay, most of you might not have seen that video, but I said, there's a point I didn't want to talk about feminism. I didn't want to say, I am a feminist because of how people, immediately you say it, everybody looks at you, here comes a man hater. And I'm like, I don't want people to see me as a man hater because I am not. Thank you very much, Caris. So if you want to do this thing, you will have to close your ears to the noise. You know what you are doing, you know what you're saying, you know what you stand for, but you close your ears to the noise. Excel, you said something here about two accounts like that on Twitter. All those girls, the one that make it seem like it's a man hating type, they are either confused or, like Nia has said earlier, misandries. They are not even towing the parts. Say another person, I had to keep mute about it because it was too much of you people are bad, you people do this. Let me give you an example of this situation, right? Let me set an example of what happens typically in feminism in Nigeria. A woman gets married and decides she wants to be a housewife and serve her husband. You will see a group of women who decide that they are feminists. They will say, what? How can she do that? They will say things like, in this age, a woman wants to be a housewife and serve her husband. Oh my God, she must be manipulated. She must be this, she must be that. They will go on and on and on and on and on and on. But my thing is, isn't the whole point of feminism allowing you to have your choice? So why are you hating on someone that has decided she wants to stay home and take care of her family? Because the whole point is to allow people to have a choice. So why is it in this day and age? See, if I had my way, I would stay and have somebody take care of me. It's simple. But I do that. But that's not the topic. Why are you hating when you say you want women to be able to have their choice? And somebody here goes, well, my choice is I don't want to go work. My husband is rich enough to take care of me, and you say he's manipulating you. Oh my God, in this day and age, a woman has to have some money. But she says she's so fine with her status quo. So why are you making noise? Why are you dragging her down for what she wants to do? To me, that is simply not feminism. You have another problem, go sort it out. That's not feminism. Let me read a little comment. Forgetting that feminism promotes choice, yes. Yes, simple. It promotes choice. Why are you hating her for her choice? I remember saying that one day at my shop, and one woman said, "Oh, you don't want to be on there, man. Oh God, let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. I want to relax and be taken care of. You know, to me, yes. And I can still relax, hear me and hear me well. I can still relax and be taken care of and still be a feminist. Amen? Please type amen in the comments. You can still relax and be taken care of. Yes, the fact that you are relaxing and being taken care of and it's a man handling the bills has nothing to do with feminism. Because again, let's go back to the definition, the dictionary definition. It has nothing to do with who takes care of who. It has something to do with the fact that in the countries where women are, amen, I like the amen. It has something to do with the fact that the women in the countries, the women where the workforce, they're not being paid the same, they are being paid the same. In Nigeria, it has something to do with, I like the amen, thank you, with the fact that in the police force, why do they treat women who get pregnant? Why is there no special treatment for men who get wives, but the special treatment for a woman who, who get married? It has to do with that. It has to do with things like, okay, why is the ratio of men in government so high than the ratio of women? It has something to do with who is paying the bills or who, is who is paying the bills, basically. There's another belief that prevails when feminism is mentioned in Nigeria. A feminist won't respect her husband. She won't cook for him. He cannot. Oh, sorry. Are you smiling? I'm sorry. A woman, you are marrying a feminist. What? You're going to be entering the kitchen yourself. That one, she cannot bow to you. This to me is not only stupid, but it's also very funny. The fact that what pops into your mind. Sorry, I want to read the comments. Some females act as a men-hating thing due to their experiences. Oh, yes. I'm going to talk about that. That's why there's a point I said the fact that one man did something to you does not mean that all men did something to you. And then, can you know where you stand? If this is some females act as a man, you are a misandrist, you are not a feminist. Basically, you are fighting for, in quotes, fighting for women's rights because a man did something to you. So all of a sudden you want to elevate women more than men. So you are fighting for their rights based off of your root hate, based off of what somebody did to you, something a man or men did to you. So stay in your lane, stay in your misandry lane, that's fine. All right, I'm going back to the whole, the fact that what pops into people's head when they talk feminism is the fact that, oh, they're not going to take care of their husbands, they're not going to respect, they will want to be lord over you in the house. It shows that feminism, the actual definition from the get-go, we got it wrong. From the get-go, we got it wrong. If as a man or woman in Nigeria, you think that feminism has anything to do with respect for the husband or cooking food, then pack it up. You don't even know what feminism means because it has absolutely nothing to do with that. I will tell you for a fact, no well-meaning feminist, not a man-hater, not a misandrist, no well-meaning feminist is thinking of her feminism as it relates to if she will cook for her husband and respect him. No well-meaning feminist is thinking about that. They are thinking about better agendas. The cooking thing is not, it doesn't correlate. It has nothing to do with it. Feminism is about equal rights for men and women, getting equal pay for both men and women in places where that is an issue. Doing away with the patriarchy we know runs amok in the society. For me here, it's challenging. I've said this. Why is it that if a lady wants to join the Nigerian police force and she's married, she has to bring a note from her husband? And if she's pregnant, she is sacked or sidelined. I ask questions like, do the married men get notes from their wives, or why is it only the women that get notes from their husbands? It's about creating spaces for women where there were none, and just making sure that we are heard and not seen or confined to the kitchen or the other room, like that president infamously said. No one is thinking about respect or cooking. Again, no well-meaning feminist is thinking about cooking or respect. If a woman that says, listen, if a woman that says she is a feminist and one that actually understands what it means and isn't one of these ones we've talked about, the misandrists, the confused ones, the bitter ones, and that person, that well-meaning feminist, that one who understands what it means, does not respect her husband, best believe it has nothing to do with her feminism. It has nothing. I'm going to use myself. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get to the men. Didi, I just read the comments. I'm going to use myself as an example. If I disrespect the man I'm married to, feminism did not cross my mind. I probably feel like I disrespected maybe because of something that happened. Not that that's an excuse, but that's neither here nor there. It has something to do with feminism. It has something to me even wanting to, because people, when you think about it that way, it's because people think that feminism is about lording over a man. There is no part of me actually that wants to lord over a man. Why would I want that? Like, everybody has their roles. Can we all do our roles? If you are just joining us, yes, you will have to close your ears to the noise. We talked about that. If you're just joining us, please check the comments. There is a form I want you to fill. Please do that. There's another part of people who think that feminism is about doing away with our culture as well. I don't know if you've come across those ones. And I'm like, the reason it seems as if we're doing away with our culture is because our culture, let's be if you want to be real, our culture is deeply is deeply rooted in patriarchy, keeping women down. That's the part we have to throw away. Recently in the Chimamanda made this whole noise about breaking kola nut, and people were like, why is she talking about breaking kola nuts? It's not a problem in feminism. And I'm like, maybe to her, in where she finds herself in the Igbo land, maybe to her that's a problem. I cannot speak to that because I do not understand that whole, situation. Maybe to her is a problem. Maybe to her, if I want to look at it through her lens, she just sees it as one more simple, small way where they tell women, this is not your place. It's not a big thing, but it is a thing in that you are just saying you don't belong here. This is not your place, and you're doing it with something as simple as breaking kola nuts. So it has something to do in a way with our culture. We also know that for her, we may use her as an example, she's very, very deeply cultural. She holds on to her Igbo culture like no man's business. So it has there are certain aspects of culture that sincerely are outdated and we will have to do away with. In general, not even as concerns feminism. I said Chimamanda, who is a feminist, is still very deep-rooted in her Igbo culture. I won't even bother explaining how feminism is not about, well, I have done that, stripping away culture. I want to point out a WhatsApp message that I saw one time that really got me. I knew that this man had contacted the wrong set of people. So I saw a WhatsApp broadcast, and I'm going to share a bit of that, WhatsApp a message. So from the tone, it was from a man who, of course, thinks that feminism is a man-hating agenda. It's either that, or he doesn't even care to think or to find out, or he just met the wrong kind of people and he's comfortable with the patriarchy, or all above. He just doesn't want to know. He just doesn't want to care. You understand? So I'm trying to find screen. Okay, I don't think I have some of the screenshots of the message. Well, he was simply just talking about some of the women he had dated had done to him, and I could see that he was colored by a woman. We all know those loud ones we talked about, how they act. I could just tell that his experience was colored by that. Someone also said something here. It's not the women only that made it seem like. Hold on, I want to read that comment. So, yeah, men also purposely make it seem, the men who purposely make it seem as if it's hating them, there's about hating them, it's men. Funny thing is, some of them understand what it is about, but they purposely make it seem as if it's man hating because do you think that men do not enjoy the status quo of patriarchy, the way things are? Do you think they do not like the fact that you are an engineer and you are working in the same country? You may even work more hours, but you do not pay the same as the hour as they pay them. And do you think they enjoy that? So some of them enjoy the status quo. So they want to make it seem that the ones who will talk most about, I cannot marry her. She will come to my house and want to lord over me. And you see an educated man being reduced to cooking and respect and sweeping the house. And you're like, okay, what is this all about? So, of course, they also champion that. When Chimamanda said we should all be feminists, if you actually understood what it meant, we actually all should be feminists because it's about making the football field, level the playing field. If everybody is playing on an even playing field, there will be, to use the one that Twitter likes to say, this urgent 2K. If they are paying every woman, even in the same workplace, if they are paying every woman the same thing, maybe the urgent 2K will be reduced, but they're not paying the same. So if we actually understand what it means, and you have eyes and ears, and you're ready to be truthful to yourself, you see how society still is till today, you will know that it's not even sometimes, feminism is a good thing if you see how society is today. You can be a feminist and be a stay-at-home mom. You can be a feminist and still kneel down and give your husband food because that is what you want to do. You can be a feminist and be a career-oriented woman. You can be a feminist and I want to relax and taking care of woman like Treasure wants to be, because he wants to be relaxed and taken care of and still be a feminist, and we cannot do it. You can't be anything and be a feminist. You just have to understand what feminism means. I would like to say that when we do come in contact with the noise, close your ears to it, close your eyes to it, because the noise will not allow you focus on the actual thing. What are you focusing on? You're focusing on these social things where women do not have an equal playing field. Okay, for instance, we've seen in the past year too that women in tech are trying to rise up and give women spaces in tech as well as the men. I don't know. Am I the only one who grew up in a place where they said engineering, where women should not read engineering? Like, we heard that in schools, women should not read it. Please, if you heard that, let me know in the comments. Women should not, engineering is not for women. I'm like, are they reading again with the reproductive organs? Is the understanding resides there? It doesn't reside there. So why is it, so you cannot be an engineer and be a woman? I'm like, okay, tell me more. Let me read the comments. It's a struggle. I feel some persons just refuse to accept the true meaning of feminism and would rather run with the other narrative because it justifies their actions and beliefs. Simple. That's what I'm saying about these men. They are okay with the status quo. They are okay with the they do not want anything to change. So if you ask them what it's about, they don't even know the dictionary. And if they know it, they'll find a way to twist it to, so okay, you say it's equal. In what way is it not equal? And you look at them, you are in this world, you have eyes, you have ears, and you are saying in what way is it not equal? When we see, even the other day, somebody brought up a comment about how he answers when he calls and it's a customer care, and it is a woman versus how he answers a man. It's different, and he realized that he had to call himself to order. These things are so deeply ingrained in us, and that is the case. And you are like, how is it equal? No, in Chimamanda's tech talk, she made an example where she walked into a restaurant with a man, and the person who helped them pack, she brought her money from her purse and gave the person. The person turned to the man and said, "Thank you, sir." Do you understand? And you're like, okay, but that's not the case. I want to go to this earlier on. For those who were here earlier, I said I saw something just posted on Instablog where a 38-year-old woman says, "I have been betrayed by feminism." So I want to read her entire account, and let's talk about feminism as concerns this dating matter, this marriage matter. So let me read out her account. This is what she said. "I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism," a 38-year-old single lady says, as she revealed she is scared of ending up alone and childless. A 38-year-old lady has blamed feminism for being the reason she's still single with no child to call her own. Melissa Pressing, in a recent article for Business Insider, revealed she's scared of growing old alone and childless. In the article titled, "I'm 38 and single, and I recently realized I want a child. I'm terrified I have missed my opportunity." Pressing revealed that at 22, she married a traditional man and moved into a rural community somewhere in Idaho where she grew up. He wanted a simple life and children and home-cooked meals. "At the time, I felt very strongly and didn't want children, and I wasn't going to be that traditional housewife. I knew I did want to pursue a career, and I felt strongly that would never change, and I guess I was wrong," she told Fox News. She said both her and her ex thought that love could conquer everything, and after 10 years, it was clear their differences in life goal were irreconcilable. She said she became resentful when he would ask for dinner or for his laundry to be done. I did little to hide my disdain for our small town life. He was good and hardworking man, and I don't think I made him feel that way. At 30, I got divorced. I told my family and friends I would never get married again. I needed independence, a fulfilling career, and space to chart my own course. I didn't think marriage fit into that vision. I was content to look toward the future without a husband and children and the trappings of a traditional life. As she grew older, having fun, carefree lifestyle, being wined and dined, going to parties began to get old. When she turned to 38, terror began to take over. I was panic stricken. I really thought I'm going to be alone forever. It really scared me. I don't want people to miss out on important things in life because they're enjoying themselves just because they think that's all that's ever going to make you happy. Before you drop your comments about what you think about this story, I'm going to start by saying what I think is about what the whole thing is wrong. She said feminism, but when she now explained why she did not stay with the man, I did not see where feminism came in there. She said she did not like that small town life. She said the man was hardworking, but she was disdainful towards him and she did nothing to hide it. She said she wanted to be career-oriented and she needed to be in a certain place to be career-oriented. Have you seen that account? But she started by blaming feminism. Where in that explanation did feminism say, live your small town life? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Please, while interacting, so let's interact in the comment section. Where did feminism direct her to live her small town life? Again, where did feminism comes in with whether you're going to cook or do laundry for the man? That is why I'm saying people from the get-go, it's as if they've gotten it wrong. Do you want to do laundry or cook for the man has nothing to do with feminism. It has something to do with, are you somebody who likes to do laundry or cook, or do you feel like you should do laundry or cook for your partner? Period. Thank you. She has bad behavior like that chicken in Moana, and she's blaming feminism because this is bad behavior. You said the man was hardworking and you knew that, but you never made him feel that way. And today you're coming out and saying feminism made me. How? You had bad behavior. You didn't want to live in village. You say you want to go to town. You now went to town. Oh, now you've gone to town. You've done your and now you want to. It's quite funny because I believe in a situation like this, she could have as well lived in that. You could live in that your small town and say, bros, every weekend I go town, go do. People arrange every weekend you go to town and do what you want to do, and then come back if you truly actually even loved the person. Because if you love the person, you will not say, I knew he was hardworking, yet I was disdainful. Why would you do that? And then you're coming out to blame feminism. I don't also think that women who say they don't want to have children, it has something to do with their feminism. They just don't want to have children. It doesn't mean they don't want to be under a man, period. They just do not want to have children. It has nothing, it correlates zero to feminism. It just means that woman says she doesn't want children. It has something to do with they don't want to be under a man, or it has absolute. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. It just means that that person has decided this is the life choices I want for myself. It has nothing to do with another person. Matter of fact, it has everything to do with themselves more than another person. They just feel, I myself am somebody who doesn't want to have children because I don't feel like I can adequately take care of a child. Period. There's no anything about it. Thank you. This has absolutely nothing to do with. I wish we had someone here who does not have the same thought process that we seem to be having. Please, if you do not have the same thought process, I personally would like to have you to know what you're thinking, because it's not, like I said, I also want to learn. Maybe there's something that is most likely valid in your thought process. I want to know the different thought patterns. I always like to know people's different thought processes and how they got there. Rita says this has absolutely nothing to do with feminism. This is just her not being content with the decision she has made with her life, and she didn't want to be committed and smart working. Because you made a decision. You literally said you made a decision to be career oriented. Okay. Did I lose my mic? I lost connection for a bit. And now you're blaming feminism. Why would you blame feminism for a decision you made? So, as concerns children, when people say they don't want to marry, someone says it's because they don't want to be under a man, and I'm like, are they not under men in their offices or some places? They just feel they do not want to marry. Again, it has nothing to do with equality of the sexes. It really does not. I would also like to state here, because let me find the dictionary definition, because that's the one that most people do, and they mistake it for them being feminist because they are a certain type of. Sorry that I did not get this together. I should have gotten this. Ooh. No, my network is actually not bad. Amen. Please, I love to be taken care of. I'm a baby and I'll always be a baby, but still treat me as an equal. Let's unpack that. I love to be taken care of. I will always be a baby, but it doesn't. The fact that I want to relax and be taken care of does not mean that I'm all of a sudden a speck under your shoe. Because I want to be relaxed and taken care of, that means I'm not worthy enough to be asked decisions in things. Do you get? I'm still an equal. I'm just an equal who likes to be taken care of. And the same thing could be said to the men, to be very honest. A man could want to be the little spoon. Let me use that one, the little spoon. That has nothing to do with the fact that he's a man. He just wants to be the little spoon. Do you understand? It has nothing. A man could want to be. What other example could I use? Okay, let me use this one. You know when they say men cry, and all of a sudden they say men should not cry. And I'm like, well, how do people want them to live and not express an emotion that is natural? How? Why do you want them to live like that? What has tears from the tear ducts that God gave us leaking have to do with them being a man? I need me a little spoon. This is not the blessed for that. I don't like cuddling, please. People should go away with that. Somebody, please, my network is actually bad. I wanted the dictionary definition of misandry so that we can talk about it, but I want to speak based off of the dictionary. I think my network is back up. Okay, yes, okay. All right, so here's what I've learned. The silence of those of... Oh, no. That's my clap for you. This is what Temi says. The silence of those of us who understand the true meaning does not help matters. We need to start picking up too. Yes. Those people are loud. They are loud. Like I said, I for a time was silent. They are loud. Even till today, I find myself when I come in contact with them, I'm like, let me pull back because they can jump on you. Yeah. But we have to talk. You have to say, somebody will come up and say, a man, and you're like, how has that got to do with it? This is how you speak up. Ask them questions. Make them, some of them don't understand that stupid. They'll still be going loud, and not understand. But ask them questions. How does you shouting at that man has to do with your being feminist? How does you being rude? I was rude to you and they'll be proud. How does it correlate with your feminism? What problem did you shouting at him solve? How many children did he send to school? Questions. Yes, Namjoon said to cry. Cry. As a man might not want to be a house husband. A man might want, and it doesn't take away. No. See this house husband thing? Is very valid though. We see down in this side of the world, it's not a common practice, but down in this side of the common world, we see men who are house husbands over there. I'm trying to remember, there's a very famous man that was a house husband. It's a celebrity, I cannot remember, but he's a house husband, and it takes the vice president's sister's, what's her name? The vice president's sister's daughter, her husband is a house husband. I've forgotten her name. And he's very proud in his house. He's a house husband that wears Dior shoes. That Dior shoes that was $10,000. Do you understand? But he's a household. They are girls. He is their primary caregiver. When something happens, you don't know when children cry, mom, they cry daddy in his side. Because she's working, he's in the house. A man might also want to be, but they've driven into their brains this hustle. So he will hustle, and heartbreak, hustle. He's high BP, hustle. He's not even able to relax and explain and cry and be emotional. Because people have said he cannot do this. It takes nothing away from him if he wants to be a house husband. Misandry, let's talk about misandry, because this is the one people do and they mistake it for feminism. Misandry, the dislike or contempt for or ingrained prejudice against men, poorly disguised misandry. I'll say that again. Misandry is a dislike of contempt for or ingrained prejudice against men. Misandry is the hatred of, contempt of, or prejudice against men or boys. Men's rights activists, yeah. I'm not excusing the fact that a woman who was maybe consistently raped by men in her life, their uncles, cousins, even fathers, will grow up hating men. Her experience is valid, I understand that. Where I find that to be a problem is where she now twists her misandry to be feminism. That is where I draw a line. That is why I'm saying, no, your experiences are valid, but do not come and color an entire movement that is supposed to do something beneficial to women because of your experience. You can also decide to, a man do something, you can decide to hate. That's your experience. You can also decide to let go of your hate. That can also be another thing. Which rules are you talking about? You say we should stick to our rules. That's another topic on its own, because I have a lot to say about that. Oh yeah, we're talking about the whole house husband thing, yeah. But that's another topic on its own, like you said. This rule thing, there's a way, in the house, there's a way we decide. It's funny, I don't know, even me, I don't know how to navigate that. There's a way we decide things that men should do. It's only the man should be turning on the gen. You understand? Abroad, they will say it's only the man that should take out the trash. Why do we do that? But like you said, that roles conversation is a whole nother conversation. Because even me, I hate the fact that certain things have been ingrained in us and people have rules. But at the same time, I don't want to know how to turn on the generator. Like, come on. Okay, I want to know in case of a rainy day, but I don't. The rules conversation, Imeneke will talk, is a different conversation entirely. Today is a feminism conversation. So, if we do not get anything from today, what Temi said is one thing I want to highlight. The silence of us who understand what it means will not help matters. When you see them moving loud and moving wild on Twitter, both man or woman, ask them questions. Like, if you see this, I fear to enter the comment section of this post, because the men will say, hey, see, they were doing anything, and now she's not married. Some women don't even still want to be married, and that's their choice. So our silence is what is going to make this topic eventually become something it's not. I read in one of Chimamanda's book, and she kept having to redefine her feminism. First, she said she's a feminist that does not like that likes men. Then she said she's a feminist that likes men and likes to wear lipstick and wear girly things. Then she said if you understand, you have to constantly keep redefining it. They bring another one because trust me, they've not deaded the cooking conversation yet. They'll bring another one tomorrow. You say, okay, well, I'm a feminist, but that is not my struggle. That is not part of it. Always bring people back to the definition and remind them that this thing has nothing to do with cooking. Or if I don't cook, it has nothing to do with feminism. I don't even think about feminism as it pertains to me cooking. I think about feminism as it pertains to how the girl child can be helped. So always bring people back to that. Please don't discuss rules, because I don't want to change cat tires. Because why? Let's not discuss rules. Because I don't know how to navigate that conversation, so we are going to leave it there. I don't want to. There's so many things I don't want to do. But yeah, I don't know if we have any other notes on feminism that I haven't hit, and you want to say something in the comment section. I cannot believe that not everybody that is on this live has typed something. If you've not typed something on this comment section before, just say hi now that I hear you, or something. Say something. If there's some other brand of feminism, some narrative you hear and you hear about it, you want to clarify, is this what it is or whatever, type it in the comment section. We quickly trash it out. And because we have been live for an hour, like I said, I believe we all have places to be, and we should bring this to an end. So if there's something, not the rule conversation now, the feminism conversation. What does it? Don't follow the brand of feminism in Nigeria. Do not allow it to color what you think about feminism. Don't allow it to make you not to be, if you are one, don't allow it to make you feel not that you don't want to be that again. Because if you ask yourself the question, you don't want to be a feminist again, okay, fine. Do you want women to be paid the same as men? Do you want women police officers in Nigeria to be treated like human beings and not like subjects of a man? Do you want that? If your answer to that is yes, then I'm sorry, boo-boo, you're a feminist because you want things like that. Do you want a place where a boy child and a girl child can be allowed to study engineering? Yes. Do you want a place where they will not look down on men when they do nothing? Yes. Because that's the equality of the sexes. It goes both ways, right? You want to allow the woman to read engineering, but please can you allow the man to read nursing because he just wants to be a nurse, he doesn't want to be a doctor? Allow it. Hey, babe, a nurse who is a man? Why? Equality of the sexes means you have to allow everybody do what they want to do, and at the same level the playing field. Level it. I want to bring this life to an end, so if there's anything. There was one time I came across this account on Twitter and she said she's a proud. And I checked the CS and cried because the comment was filled with that type and her reasoning. What was her reasoning? I'm crying because the comment was filled with her type and the reason was, to be very honest, if anybody wants to proudly stand on something, that is their own cup of tea. Like I said, some of the experiences of people who claim to be misandrists, I don't want to invalidate their experience. They may have had a reason why they decided that this is what they want to do. So I don't want to invalidate that. It's just that when they enter inside the comments and they make it seem so bad, it's from places like that men, even other women now decide, it's a man-hating thing. Women and men decide it's a man-hating thing because people have sat down there and Are all men, do men sometimes move mad? Yes. But I won't lie to you. I still don't think that they deserve to be sat down in the comment section and brought down and ridiculed. I still don't think that. Do they move mad? Yes. Should they all be constantly be ridiculed? There's nobody that you constantly ridicule and the person will not want to do more of the things that you are ridiculing them for because you want to say, okay, this is what you say, okay, I'm going to do it then. There's nobody that will constantly. I don't think, I know I might be, she's not a feminist, she's a misandrist. Nigerian, I didn't want to say this about Nigerian feminists, but for the most part, people who claim to be, especially those loud ones on X, I'm sorry, they are confused and they are bitter and they just want to be, to put it in simple terms, they just want to be disrespectful and rude and move through life as if it's today, should nothing do them, as if they are the all and all be and all, and I want to bring this to an end. So I want everyone that is still on live here and I've been here to kind of like say concluding thoughts. You could either be what you got or something or the other, but kind of like concluding thoughts, because like I said, this was an interactive live. So I want to feel like we all interacted here. Misandry is not feminism. We that know what feminism is, we should not be silent. Those are just some of the things I feel we should all go back home with today. Misandry is not feminism. And while misandrists may have their reasoning, it does not excuse certain behaviors. Great conversation. Okay, thank you, Bolande. Thank you. I wish I could pin this Temi's comment, but I'm going to read it again because I want to end on that note. The silence of those of us who understand the true meaning does not help matters. We need to start speaking up too. We need to start speaking up. I had hoped that there would be someone in this life who did not agree with certain things. So I would have wanted us to talk based off of their personal experience as to why they think feminism either is a man or a hating agenda, or it wants to strippers of our culture or one or the other. I would love that. But as there was nobody like that here, we will have to bring this conversation to the close. I just saw the time. And those who know me personally in here, you know that we have Miss Daisy to think about. So we'll have to bring this to a close. Another thing I would like to leave us with is, again, I said it before, I'm going to say it for the benefit of those who might not have been here when I said it. On a last note, you can be a feminist and be a stay-at-home mom. Let nobody say you're a stay-at-home mom. That means you surely cannot be a feminist. Shush them. It has nothing to do with the other. You can be a feminist and be a career-oriented woman. You can be a feminist as a man. You can be anything and be a feminist. Just make sure you understand what it stands for. In a nutshell, people should know what feminism is and speak up from time to time. Everyone, including men, should be feminist. That's nothing to do with hating bio. That's what Carrie said exactly in a nutshell. Great job, brother. Enjoy every bit of it. And then, can we have a part two? I don't know if we could. A part two could happen maybe if we talk rules or something like that. But in future, maybe we'll see how it happens. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. Thank you, everybody who joined this live. I'm going to end it here. Please, if you can't speak up, speak up. Know that you can be anything. Don't let anybody shout you down and put you under a bushel. And know that always take them back to it is about fairness for the sexes, equality. If anybody looks at you and says cooking and feminism, decide if you want to give that person your time or not, because leave that person, because that person already doesn't even know. Ask the person the definition first of all. If you have time to engage, but if they start talking about cooking and respecting husband, just move. You're in the company of someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, unless you have the time to educate them and and if they're open to being educated, because some people get stoned for brain. I will leave it here. Thank you very much for joining, and I appreciate you all for joining and for being very, very reactive in the comments section. Thank you very much, Temi. Thank you, Matt Foodies. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Excel Benita. Thank you, Bolane Sadiko. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Meneke. Thank you, Chineye. Thank you, Chidima. Thank you, everybody, for speaking, and I will see you next time. Bye. I always almost don't want to leave, but we'll meet somewhere else. See you. Please, can people leave the live so that I can end it? I feel like if I end it when you're still here, I feel it's rude, and I don't want to be rude. So please leave so that I can end it. Leave the live so I can end it. Yeah, in fact, I'll end it too. People don't want me to go and carry Daisy. I enjoyed today's conversation. Thank you, and you're doing well, my lady. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will see you all in the next live. Leave the live so that I can end it so that I'm not rude. Somebody just join the live now. Not you calling me out like that. Thank you, Matt Foodies. Bye. It's really giving jungle trying to leave. Let me go and bring my mic and do Norma. Oh, yeah, bye. Bye. Bye.